Willie D Live.
What's up, family? After much speculation and outright lies, Brandy has responded on social media after she abruptly walked off the United Center stage Saturday night during a The Boy Is Mine tour show, leaving Monica to close the show all alone. She had this to say: "Thank you all for the overwhelming love, support, and most importantly, your prayers. I sincerely apologize for the abrupt end to last night's performance in Chicago. After weeks of nonstop rehearsals, last night I experienced dehydration and feelings of wanting to faint. Everyone involved agreed that prioritizing my well-being was of the utmost importance. I still made the decision to try and return and give it my all, despite not feeling okay. With having to make some adjustments and the show being very technical, unfortunately, it was impossible to fully connect sonically with the production. I really appreciate everyone's best efforts. I am deeply grateful to my sister Monica for stepping up with such grace and professionalism, and the entire crew for their continued care and support." And she went on to say, "I went from the arena to see a doctor nearby and have taken the proper precautions to help moving forward. Your understanding, patience, and unwavering belief mean the world to me. I look forward to returning to the stage, stronger and more grateful than ever, alongside my girl Monica." And then she reminds everybody that her next appearance on the tour will be Sunday night in Indianapolis. I ain't got no problem with that. Look, fam, that dehydration ain't no joke. There have been people who are no longer with us today because of dehydration. In fact, a very, very, very important person who's no longer with us today, dehydration almost took him out. I'm talking about the great, the one and only John Amos. Dehydration ain't no joke. In fact, I was just checking out some of the side effects of dehydration, which includes headache. The trip part about a lot of these, diagnoses and things is that when you have this or that, it can mean this or that, right? But headache is one of them. Another one is dizziness or lightheadedness, sleepiness, decrease in urination, dark yellow or amber colored urine, decreased skin elasticity, dry mouth and mucous membranes, lips, gums, nostrils, and low blood pressure are all side effects of dehydration. If you are experiencing a combination of those things, you may want to go to a hospital and get checked out immediately. Because sometimes, depending on how far along you are, you may think you're just quenching your thirst, and you need more than just some water. You need an IV. So you gotta be careful about that. Man, we just lost D'Angelo. That we can't go through this right now, man. We can't. And not saying that we could go through it even when we lost D'Angelo, but for that to just happen to D'Angelo, and then we get a scare like this. These ain't just just the regular old celebrities, whatever. These the good ones. These the ones that don't be giving nobody any problems. You didn't hear about a bunch of scandals and stuff like that. Usually when you hear something about negative about Brandy or even with D'Angelo, it was somebody else, maybe somebody they was affiliated with who was caught up in the drama and their name got spoken. They caught a stray. But, Brandy, Brandy, Brandy is one of the solid ones who's been solid for a very, very long time. And if I'm not mistaken, Brandy came into the industry when she was like 14, 15 or something like that. She put that first hit song out. She was like 14, 15 years old. So she's been at it for a minute and still sound good. Did y'all hear her voice? Still sounds very, very good. That's not easy to do, to be in an industry that's so demanding. Even if you would take away all of the mess that go on in this industry, if you take away, the politics, take away all of the hate, the rigors of that road, the expectations of putting out another hit. That's another thing. She has hit after hit after hit after hit. So always trying to put out the next hit. The expectations are crazy. And then you start thinking about the people who you employ, who look forward to you saying, hey, going on tour. Because a lot of them, they can't really make money unless it's your manager. A lot of them can't make money until you go on the road. So, it's a big thing. It's a big deal for these artists to meet those demands. But just glad that everything's cool with Monica, and she'll be back at it on Sunday in Indianapolis. I know it's gonna be off the chain. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.